Today we're going to learn about constant velocity. Constant velocity is when an object travels the same distance in the same amount of time. To explain constant velocity, we did an experiment. We had two tracks with a car in the middle. While the car was moving, someone had a stopwatch and they would tell you to mark the place every 2 seconds. This gave you a distance. To find the velocity, you have to use the formula. Velocity is equal to distance over time. This means we would have to plug in the numbers. So, velocity is equal to distance over time, which I said was 2 seconds. When you divide them, that gives you a velocity of 16 meters per second. And since the car is a constant velocity car, the distance every 2 seconds should be the same. Think of it kind of like cruise control. When you're driving and you want to go 40 miles per hour, you click cruise control and it keeps it at 40 miles per hour. You don't go faster and you don't go slower. That is what constant velocity means. You stay the same speed or velocity. The first graph we're going to do is position versus time graph. So, for our example, constant velocity, our car goes the same amount of distance in the same amount of time. So, our graph is going to be linear. This is because the slope does not change. Think of it this way, slope equals velocity. So if our velocity stays the same, our slope will stay the same. The next graph we're going to do is velocity versus time graph. Previously, we found our velocity, which equaled 16 meters per second. Our velocity does not change because it is constant. So our graph is going to look something like this. Our next graph and last is going to be acceleration versus time. So when you think of constant velocity, you think of same distance, same time. It goes the same speed for however long you drive for, right? So you don't accelerate and you don't decelerate because your velocity stays the same. So your acceleration will be 0. That is why your graph will just look like a line on the x-axis